the Time uses a recurring theme of B flat minor to C major. It occurs in a couple different forms throughout the song, and it opens with that opening organ riff. Now, first of all, the song starts with a droning low chord, and with the overtones it's kind of hard to tell exactly what it is, but what works for me here is a B flat 9 chord, a B flat, C, F, and do it in 2 octaves, like that. And then from there you have your opening riff, which, like I said, is capturing the B flat minor to C major. I'm going to do the left hand first. This is really the only part of the song where the organ is playing a left hand part that is important. So the left hand goes like this. Alright, now the right hand, every time on each repeat of this phrase, the arpeggiation is different. Now, of course, it's very likely that Steve Walsh improvised this part, which is why it kind of comes out differently every time, but not really sure. I tried my best to try to catch all the notes. Of course, as the piano fades up in the mix, it becomes harder to hear it, but this is what I came up with. Very slowly. Now, the organ and the piano are really not playing the same parts. There's a lot of different notes, which is why I'm really trying to zone in on exactly what the organ's doing. Later in the song, there's at the very end of the song, there's a spot where the organ and piano do kind of will match up at when it goes, and then finishes the song with that chord. But anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. So here's the intro part, both hands together, very slowly. Okay, now a little bit faster. Okay, I'm going to skip ahead now. That part repeats. Skip ahead now to the break where there really, I don't think there is any organ. It's piano and strings. but for continuity's sake, I'll kind of show where the notes seem to be. It starts with a B flat major with a suspended fourth resolve, like. Then it goes to a G minor, where the B flat then moves to an A, and then repeat the B flat. Now we're going to go into an A flat, suspended fourth, resolve. Okay, back to the B flat. Now you might think it goes to the G minor again, but it doesn't. It goes to an F minor, well, with a suspended fourth first, like that. This note moves the B flat to A flat. And then the B flat again, and then it goes to the F minor again, but this time with a higher note in the melody. So putting that all together goes something like this. And then that's what goes through the vocal part. And then after the last one, we'll just finish up the last one. 2, 3, 4. Alright, so that was another case of the B flat minor to C. In this case, in a kind of a lead capacity. Add a little bit of the fast Leslie speaker there at the end of that part. So then, basically the chords stay the same in the next part, but the organ is reduced, if it's there at all, to a background roll to the violin, where you can just kind of go. Then you get this cool thing where you have this. Something like that. But it's not that important because the organ is just doing this. So you just do that on the organ, like that, do that whole part. That's really what the organ is doing that. So then you got to go back and forth between those two sections. So after all that stuff, it comes back to where it starts playing pretty much the intro again, but this time on the organ, I think you only have to do the right hand, and it's an octave higher to kind of cut through with the other instruments. So again, trying to hear the arpeggiations, the variations as accurately as possible. Here's what I came up with for this part, very slowly. Then it jumps to this part again. To the verse, the final verse. So you have the last verse and you have a reprise of the part where it goes like this. And then you finally end the song with another reprise of the original intro, this time back down to the original octave. And there's a retard at the end, and during the retard, the piano and the organ really do seem to lock in and play this last few notes exactly the same. So if you play the notes at the end here exactly as I showed you at the beginning, it should work out. So it comes out like this. And then you get this last chord, which is basically an F5 in the left hand. And you get a minor third, you get a major 7, and then a 9. So that's where you get that spooky chord at the end. I hope this helps.